So in module 6 we are going to study about full load observers, reduced load observers, then there is something called the separation principle, and then some basics about the MIMO system. So these are the topics that we will be covering. So this is your basic system represented using state space, and here as you can see your output is y of k, your input is u of k, and you have your state x of k. When you wanted to place the poles, that is when you wanted to do pole placement via state feedback, what you were trying to do is you were trying to take the state, then multiply it with a matrix k, and then supply it to the system, right? Supply as input to the system. So multiply it with minus k and supply it to the system. So this is what pole placement via state feedback looks like. So in this system or in this setup, if for example if say x of k is not directly measurable, what will you do? In such a case, you need to estimate what is the state x of k. Only then you can provide a state feedback for pole placement. So for that, what we do is we have our input and the output. So output is actually measurable. So what we do is we take the output, we take it here, and we create a duplicate of our original system. So we know what is H matrix, C matrix, G matrix. So what we do is we use this setup. This is actually a duplicate of our actual system, and this part, this is a duplicate of our actual system. So the same input u of k will be supplied to the duplicate system. This is actually called the observer, and since it's a duplicate system, you will get some state x tilde. So this is actually the observed state. That means we are actually, so x tilde, you can say it is actually a duplicate of our actual state x of k. So x tilde will be there, and this x tilde will be used for our state feedback. See, so for the control part, you are using x tilde. Since x of k is not directly available, we use x tilde of k, then multiply it with minus k and supply it to the actual system as u of k. U equal to minus kx is the control. So here we use x tilde instead of x. So in order to produce this x tilde, or in order to do this pole placement, we are assuming that x tilde is as close as possible to x of k, the actual state. So how do we ensure that this is actually true? That is, x tilde and x of k are actually the same. How do we ensure that? This is actually approximate duplication of the actual system. So in order to do that, in order to make x of k and x tilde of k same, what we do is we compare the output from the duplicate system. We call that y tilde. The output of the duplicate system is y tilde, and the actual output is y of k. So we just compare y tilde and y. We take y minus y tilde, the difference in output, and multiply it with the gain matrix ke, and then this will be supplied to our observer or the duplicate system. Instead of duplicate system, I will be calling this observer. So this error, output of the error multiplied by with ke will be given to the actual system. It will be given to the actual system, and this will be controlling, or this gain ke will be controlling. It's now like a closed feedback system. So this ke will be controlling how fast the x tilde of k reaches, or how fast x tilde of k can become as close as possible to x of k. So this is our objective, and in order to do that, we have the gain matrix ke that is controllable, and this ke will be controlling that part where we are making x tilde of k as close as possible to x of k. And then what we saw in our class was we tried to derive what is a Nazarian sufficient condition for state observation. So I had some derivation for that, and finally, what did you find? So we found that in order to do state estimation, or to make a state observer, the system should be observable. That is our result. the final result, what was it? The observability matrix that should that thing should have full rank. The observability matrix is CG square, etc. This should have the full rank. So this was the condition that we derived. Let's see how KE metrics should be designed. What are the conditions that should be met? So in our observer system, so here it will x tilde of k plus 1, and when we integrate that by numerical integration, we find x tilde of k. So this x tilde of k goes to the input u of k as u equal to minus kx. Kx equal to minus k x tilde of k. So this is how the system should perform. And let's see for now the observer part. So this part, if you observe, you will see that the equation, the state equation of x tilde of k plus 1, from this block diagram, this x tilde of k plus 1 is equal to g times x tilde of k plus, that is this part, plus whatever signal that comes here. What are the signals that comes here? U of k into h into u of k is there. Then that error y minus y tilde into ke also comes here. So those are added and that given us input to this summer. So this equation becomes g x tilde of k plus h u of k plus ke into y of k minus y tilde of k. Okay, and what is y of k? Y of k is the actual output, and that y of k in terms of x of k is y of k is equal to c into x of k, right? Here, y of k is equal to c into x of k. Similarly, y tilde of k is equal to c into x tilde of k. So just substitute those values here in this equation, and then what you find is x tilde of k plus 1 is equal to g x tilde of k plus h u of k plus ke times c x of k minus c x tilde of k. So in this equation, x tilde of k is common, so just simplifying g minus kec times x tilde of k plus h u of k plus ke c x of k. Sorry. Okay, x of k. And then what is x tilde of k? Sorry, not x tilde, x of k plus 1. The actual state equation. So that equation is equal to g into x of k plus h into u of k, right? So just subtract equation number 2 from equation number 1. We will get that x of k plus 1 minus x tilde of k plus 1 is equal to this thing and this thing will cancel out, and you can group this term and this term, so that becomes that will also become g minus kec. So g minus kec is common for the whatever term we obtain after subtracting these two, and there is also g minus kec here, so g minus kec common for everything, and then whatever is remaining is x of k minus x tilde of k. So this is what the final equation becomes. So I call this x of k minus x tilde of k. X of k is the actual state and x tilde is the observed state. So difference between these two is our error e of k. So if that is e of k, x of k plus 1 minus x tilde of k plus 1 becomes e of k plus 1, right? So the error dynamics is actually e of k plus 1 equal to g minus kec E of k. So this we call the error dynamics. Why? Because E of k is our error, and the error at the next step is controlled by this matrix G minus KEC. So this is actually our observer matrix, and the poles of this system. This error dynamics we call that the observer poles. So uh, so what happens here is, so we have our error E of k. So what happens is we want this error. So what is error? It is the difference between the actual state and the observed state. So what we actually need is, we want this error to be 0 for perfect observation, right? So if we have error 0, it means that x of k is equal to x tilde of k. So that is what we want. So ideally what we should want is, we want this error term, like realistically thinking, this error term will have a non-zero value initially, and what we want is, we want this to gradually drop to 0, so that we have a perfect estimation. So that is our aim, and to do that, what we do is, we place the poles of this error dynamics at a suitable location. So the ideal case, or like if you place the poles of this error dynamics at origin, we call that a deadbeat response. That is, the eigenvalues of this matrix G minus KEC, if it's equal to 0, then we call that a deadbeat response. And what happens in a deadbeat response is, we will have the system's the error dynamics, so the error value will come to 0 as soon as possible in the next possible time. So that's what a deadbeat response looks like. So that is a faster system we could achieve. Okay, so that is about deadbeat response. Then we will see a question. So here, the state is or the system is actually defined in state matrix. G, H matrix, C matrix is given, and this. What we are dealing with here is the same thing, the same diagram which we saw before, where we had that error term coming, y of k minus y tilde comes, and then we multiply it with k, and that goes to the whatever the how we. So this is actually the figure that I'm talking about. So G, H matrix, C matrix is given, and we are asked to design this system. We are asked to design an observer. So when you are asked to design an observer, what they are actually, or what you are actually trying to do is, you are actually trying to find what is a KE matrix, so that this term G, the eigenvalues of G minus KEC is at a suitable location. So here in your question, if you see, it's asked like design a full order state observer, and assuming that the system configuration is identical to the figure which I showed before, and here it is directly given. The desired eigenvalues of observer K matrix are directly given. They have directly given the eigenvalues of zero point 0.5 plus j 0.5 and 0.5 minus j 0.5. So it's directly given what is desired eigenvalues. If it's not, sometimes in the question it will be like the time domain specifications would be given, and then you need to find what is a desired characters equation, and then you have to proceed with the steps, how you find the KE. So I'll show you how to find the KE matrix, so how you design the full order state observer for this question. So here, first thing what you need to do is, you need to check the observability. Since it's a 2 by 2 matrix, since there are two states, the observability matrix is C, G, C. So that comes to be C is 0, 1, G into C. C into G is actually 0, 1, 1 plus 0, sorry, 1 and minus 1. So this has a rank of 2. Sorry, rank of 2. So this is full rank. So the system is actually observable. So you can proceed further with the design of observable gain matrix. Next, what you need to do is, you need to find what is the desired characteristic equation. So here desired eigenvalues are given. So your characteristic equation becomes z minus 0.5 minus j 0.5 into z minus 0.5 plus j 0.5, and this is equal to 0 is your desired characteristic equation. If you simplify this, you will find the equation as z square minus z plus 0.5 equal to 0. This is your desired characteristic equation, okay, of the observer matrix G minus K C matrix. That is the observer matrix. So this is your desired characteristic equation which you derive from the desired poles, and then we need to find what is the generalized equation for characteristic equation. See, our matrix was G minus KEC. So in order to find the eigenvalues or the characteristic equation from this this matrix, what we do is we do determinant of Zi minus this matrix. If you call this matrix G dash, Zi minus G dash, determinant of Zi minus G dash equal to 0 will give you the characteristic equation. So the formula is Zi minus, so just substitute G dash equal to G minus KEC. So Zi minus G minus of minus plus KEC, determinant equal to 0. So here it's a 2 by 2 matrix. So just take Z 0 0 Z as Zi. So determinant of Zi minus G matrix is actually 0 0 minus 0.16 1 minus 1. So G matrix, KE matrix, for KE matrix just take KE as K1 K2 since we have 2 states. So this is how you should take KE. If it's 3 states, you take K1 K2 K3. So K1 into C matrix you should do. C matrix is actually 0 1. So just simplify this, you will find the equation as Z square plus 1 plus K2 Z plus K1 plus 0.16 is equal to 0. So this is our observer characteristic equation, and if you see, we actually want, this is our desired characteristic equation of our observer matrix. So what do we so how do we find the K1 K2 or the KE matrix? Just compare first and second equation. These are actually the same characteristic equation. The first one is the characteristic equation of our desired observer matrix, and the second equation is actually the desired or the characteristic equation of our observer matrix in terms of K1 and K2. So just compare the coefficient types. So here the coefficient of Z is minus 1. Here it is 1 plus K2, so 1 plus K2 should be equal to minus 1, K2 equal to minus 2. Similarly, K1 you can find. Okay, so this is how you find the observer matrix. So when you ask to design an observer, we are just finding what is the KE matrix. Okay, which implies K1 equal to 0.434. So your KE matrix is actually 0.34, K2 is minus 2. So this is our answer. This is the design.